industry, a giant animal on the right hand penguin duck birthmark. I don't know who these guys are. It's 11:51 September now. I don't know who these guys are promoting this feeling weak jazz and abusing power and not respecting the people you're supposed to protect and defend and supporting and promoting unprofessionalism and not doing your job or your duty as an American or your duty required by you involving your occupation. I don't know who's promoting this unprofessional behavior and anti-American behavior, but you should quit listening to them. These guys are basically trying to promote corruption, basically. And I'm starting to learn more and more about what corruption is about. I'm a victim of corruption. There's highly illegal, unethical, inhumane human experimentation and human programming experiments that I'm a victim of because of corruption. I'm being held hostage in an illegal gambling ring where women and men stalk a disabled man and sexually assault him in the privacy of his own home with implantable devices while they watch him have man time. This is going on in America. They also take pop shots at him with satellite weapons and put devices in his brain and body, genitals, lungs, and nervous system with implantable devices from a satellite. That's because of corruption. That satellite that's in space is because of corruption. The reason the people who put these satellites in space and the reason these people involved in this RICO aren't in prison is because of corruption. These are things that threaten humanity and endanger every American and even citizens around the globe. The reason these monsters, these terrorists and criminals aren't in prison is because of corruption. The reason my life is in danger daily and people are attempting murder on me and assaulting me daily is because of corruption. So I'm a victim of corruption and I'm learning more and more about it. And it's, just as it can affect my life and threaten my life, it can threaten your life and affect your life, as well as your children's lives. It can affect your life in so many ways, it's scary. So, I don't know who these guys are trying to promote this corruption and abuse of power and criminal negligence and unprofessionalism, but I'd quit listening to them before it endangers your life and your family's life and your child's life. Because whoever those guys are, they're clearly not the people to be listening to. They may be one of the reasons there's a WMD in space. Maybe more than one WMD in space, and it's being used on U.S. citizens and other citizens for psychopaths' entertainment as they cook disabled people alive and try to give them cancer for bets, like fucking morons. This is actually going on in America too. You want to know why? Corruption. There's a big-time RICO, a RICO Grande, so big, going on in America and outside of America, that's being ignored, and these thugs and criminals aren't being thrown in prison. You want to know why? Because of corruption. There's corruption in Dallas, Houston, Woodlands, New York, Connecticut, California, Dubai, Connecticut, Grenada. There's a lot of corruption going on, and it's involved with this gambling ring. And it's also involved with corrupt law enforcement who think they have the right to steal from U.S. citizens as well as people of occupational status, as well as some wealthy guys who think they have the right to rob U.S. citizens for their own money and property, and sexually assault disabled people for entertainment. And then if they stand up for their rights as an American and as a human being, they think they have the right to murder them and abuse them daily and hire terrorists to hold them hostage with implantable devices where they lock up your nervous system with different devices and neuromodulate you, shock your brain, shock your heart. And people know who these guys are. And you want to know why they're not in prison? Corruption. A lot of guys are accepting bribes from these guys instead of throwing them in fucking prison where they belong. These men are Satan, and these women are Satan. Pure evil, pure threats to humanity. And you can see it by their behavior. And you want to know why they're not in prison? Corruption. And also more than criminal negligence. These guys see Satan. They see a monster. They see a monster more scary than monsters in the book Scary Stories. A fucking monster. A Mengele maniac, machismo maniac monster. Male and female. And they accept bribes from this monster instead of throwing him in prison. That's probably because of corruption. and more than criminal negligence. But yeah, someone needs to do their job because this is scary. But yeah, you don't want people abusing power and not doing their jobs and then reinforcing that behavior by putting large sums of money into their hands. That's a threat to America and a threat to humanity. And when are these Mengele monster machismo maniacs who abuse a disabled guy so they can feel tough going to prison? Let's wake up here. This is ridiculous.